Hello dear friends, welcome in this space today. I will share with you five different ways of how to deal with stress in healthy ways, how to lower the levels of cortisol in natural ways and easily, and pretty much through that experience, invite more peace and invite more relaxation into your life. So if you are new here, my name is Maria and I share yoga, meditation and breathing practices to help you feel more relaxed and less stressed. And I chose to share a little bit more about this topic for today, since a lot of us are living in a constant stress. A lot of us are very anxious and under the pressure, and very often we don't know how to deal with stress, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with negative thoughts and emotions. So number one ingredient and the number one thing to lower the levels of cortisol and live healthier life is your sleep. Having enough sleep and getting enough sleep every night. This is such an essential part of our well-being and how we feel. Just notice that if you don't sleep enough, how you feel. Notice your energy levels, notice your mood, and just notice your general, behaviors and thoughts. If you don't sleep enough, the body is trying to, throughout the day, is trying to tell you that, okay, it's time for rest. Find a space to rest, find a space for nap, find a space for breathing, but you don't have that time, then you'll experience very low levels of energy. You will have problems with focus. You will probably eat too much or too little, it depends on a person, and you will be generally agitated. So it really depends how much sleep you need, but from 6 to 9 hours is a good time. For example, for me, I like to sleep longer and I need at least 8 hours of sleep to feel good. But maybe for you is less or more. Just remember to listen to your body and give it what it needs. Number two, really important thing to live with more peace is having a consistent mindfulness practice. So there are different mindfulness practices and exercises that can really help us to come back to balance when we are out of harmony. My favorite, of course, are breathing and meditation. So these two practices, breathing you don't really have to do a specific exercise just to feel how deeper breathing really works on your nervous system, how soothing it is for your nervous system, and how much more energy it very often gives you, right? So on this channel, actually, I've got many different breathing practices that you can do with me, but if you don't have much time, simply taking a step back out of whatever you're doing, taking 2, 3, 5 minutes for slowing down your breath, slowing down your thoughts, and breathing deeper. So taking a little bit deeper inhale that you normally take, and a little bit longer exhale. So this is already activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and digest response, and will regulate your inner energy, the way you feel. So breathing is really amazing. And anyway, we are breathing all the time. We need to keep breathing to survive, right? We need to keep breathing to live, to be alive. But a lot of us don't really pay attention on how we breathe. So paying attention to how you breathe, the way you inhale, the way you exhale, and regulating your breath with awareness will really add this little space of peace into your life and into your daily activities. Because you don't really have to just do it by taking a step back of your activities. You can start breathing deeper while you're washing the dishes, while you're cleaning, while you're reading a book. Very nice and easy, right? And meditation. So meditation, of course, is such an amazing practice to calm the mind. And if you are just a beginner, it might be hard for you to just sit still in meditation for, let's say, more than 5 minutes. But stay consistent with this practice. Keep meditating however much you can, how much time you can, and how much time you want. Commit to this practice of meditation, and you will see more and more and more positive effects and positive results on how you react in difficult situations, on how you behave during when you are stressed, right? You will develop deeper awareness. So these mindfulness practices are pretty much here for us to help us develop deeper awareness, to be more in the present moment. When we are stressed, when we are anxious, when the mind is going crazy, we are most often going to the past, thinking about the past, or to the future, thinking and stressing about the future. But meditation, breathing, mindfulness practice helps us to connect back to here and now, to this present moment, really embrace it, appreciate it. Number 3 is movement. So whether it's a yoga practice for you, it can be a cardio practice like going for a run, it can be walking even, hiking, whatever exercise you do, whatever exercise you choose. Of course, it doesn't have to be the same each day. There are so many different ways of activities, and thanks to the internet, we've got so much access to so many different, yoga practices, different styles of yoga, different styles of Pilates, and different workouts. And of course, movement doesn't only affect our physical body, but it also affects our mind. It helps the mind to stay more focused on what we are doing at this present moment. So the mind is focused more on movement instead of, going back into this thinking process about the past and the future all the time. So it helps us release the happy hormones and lower the levels of cortisol as well. So just notice how you feel after a workout, after a yoga practice. Notice how it affects not only your body, but also your energy, your mind, your whole inner world. And remember to stay committed to your practice as well. Doing yoga once a week is great, but if you do yoga 3 times a week is already better, and you will see more and more positive effects. Same with any other kind of exercise. I really invite you to stay committed to it, and then you will see more and more of the results, and you will start gaining more and more awareness as well of your body, of how it all works, how you feel, and of your mind as well. And from this space, learning to control your body and control your mind instead of it controlling you. Number 4 is one of my favorite practices, like always, is simply just being in nature. So going out to a park, if you have a park close to you, going to a forest, going to the seaside, whatever place is close to you where you have access to nature. Maybe it's just a little, green field where you can just be in a lot of space. It's showed by research that being in nature, by being grounded in nature, smelling the fresh air, being around trees, being on the open air, affects our nervous system and lowers the levels of cortisol again. So just simply being outside, you can also do it barefoot, walking on the grass barefoot, or just simply being aware wherever you are in the park, observing the sky, observing the trees, listening, using your senses, slowing down, and just notice how you feel when you are in nature. Notice how you feel when you are in the park, when the sun is shining on your face. Notice how you feel when you are on the beach and you feel the wind, connecting to all these different elements and becoming one with nature. This will really help you balance from the inside. And last thing, number 5, it's also pretty easy and simple, but a lot of us really forget about the importance of it, which is nourishing the connections. So nourishing the connections with other people, with our friends, with our families, but also with animals as well. You know, these connections that we have with other living beings, being with someone, feeling safe, feeling supported, this again really affects our nervous system and how we feel from the inside. We feel heard, we feel seen. You know, we are not focusing so much on ourselves and so much on our problems, but instead we are focusing on someone else, on interacting, on being in the present moment. Of course, some people still complaining and some people still talk about negative things when they are in the group, but this is your choice. It's your choice who you spend your time with. It's your choice who you listen to and how you interact with that, right? So choosing the right people to surround yourself with, and nourishing these connections through being present, through doing something nice for the other person. This will again take the attention from worrying and thinking to the space of being. So a lot of our stress, a lot of our anxiety, most of it actually is coming from the space of fear. And we want to move from the space of fear to the space of love. Through that we become more present, through that we become more aware, and through that we enjoy our life with more peace, more freedom, and less stress. All right, so let me know if these little tips helped you, if you use them, if you have a consistent mindfulness practice, and let me know how you deal with stress in your daily life. Are you often stressed? Remember that being often stressed is not healthy at all, and it's not natural at all. We need to find a space to release the stress and to invite more peace, to connect with ourselves in healthy ways. All right, I've got so many different meditations and yoga practices here on my YouTube, so I invite you to try some of them. I will link them in the description, the practices for stress relief and for anxiety relief. And let's keep sharing, let's keep connecting. I also share one-to-one sessions to help you navigate through any difficult thoughts and difficult emotions. So feel free to get in touch with me, and I'm here to help. Thank you so much for listening. Sending you all the love, peace, and blessings.